Hi everybody and welcome back to our second round of Cluster Talks, which is brought to you by Cluster.ph. Our contributors are here to talk about topics that we find interesting. I'm Gerard Cotadera, I'll be your host for this series. So today's topic is my favorite topic. No, obviously not. I don't like this topic, but we'll talk about it because it's important. And our topic is money. So for you, is saving really necessary? Do you think we really need to save? Because I'd rather spend my money than save.
You know, as before getting married,
Yeah.
you have a little bit of money and all that, and you spend it, right?
Yeah.
And some of that money before getting married and before having Nadia, you kind of wish that if I would have saved money while I was still in college or just right after college, I would have been better set up for when I got married.
When you have your family,
Kids,
yeah, that's true.
But you know, as you spend it, as it comes in, you have to work harder to make that money, and it takes a while before you build up enough to invest into different things. So
Yeah.
you know, I wish when I was younger that I saved money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I tell Vaughn and my other brothers, you know, save money now the way you can before you get married, before you have the kids and all those extra expenses, because when the kids come and all of that, a lot of that money will go to them, and you'll have less money to invest into what other ventures you want to invest in.
I agree with that, and I also think like accidents happen, someone gets sick, you know, family member, or eventually your kids need to go to college. You kind of have to, just save maybe certain funds. Of course, it's easier said than done. And everyone loves money. No one really likes to talk about it, but it is important. It is important. I agree, and it is important to save. Marriage, bills come, and then insurance, and I call it adulting.
Exactly.
So when you were single, it's like you make money, you spend it.
Everything's
different.
fine.
Yeah.
That's true.
To learn at a young age how to be financially independent, just so you don't have to depend on anyone eventually, right? On your parents after school and all that. I think it's just a good thing to learn and to be aware about and to practice, and it's something I would want to teach my child eventually. It's the importance of saving and the importance of money and the value of money and how it's not easy to just have money like that, And I think when you're a kid and you depend on your parents, it seems like it's easy, right? But it's important to sort of practice it at a young age. And I think, I wouldn't be so strict with my child, but I think it would be good to kind of instill that in him, and then have him sort of encourage it and have him practice it.
I think it's easy to spend other people's money, and when it's your own money, when you've worked for it, you know how much you've sacrificed or you've put into it. It's a little harder just to spend your own money.
To touch it even. Yeah. I agree. That's true.
I think it's, I'll break it down again. I think it's a failed education system. I think if you're going to grow up in schools, I think the curriculum should have education on money.
That's
true.
That's
a good point. Going up through school, you learn about geography, history, art, drama. You should be learning about financial literacy at a very young age. So if you put that in the curriculum, you therefore take it home for homework. You can speak to your parents about it, because to be fair, that's the only way kids in our generation, or in future generations too, are going to learn how to save money. Because when you think about it, it's part of everyday life. I have respect for the arts, I have respect for drama, I have respect for sport. But the truth is, if I don't have money, I can't do anything. I think it comes down to governments, education systems. They have to bring this into a young age. I've read papers about it, I've read articles about it, how important it is to save money, and the only way you can do it is if you bring it into the school education system.
I wish I knew more about money at a younger
Exactly.
age.
Super.
Just the idea of time value. If I had to put my money into a savings bank, at this age now, I'd be much richer. And also, I think we depend a lot on our parents, because they're the educational system in most places don't teach us about money. We look up to our parents to teach us about value of money and savings and spending less, that kind of thing. But now that I think about it, it's I wish there was a formal education. It was integrated in our formal education. to learn about investments, because I would have started investing earlier as well.
You know, just along those lines, my daughter wants taho from school. I have money. I go, okay, do the dishes. You clean your dish. For taho? For taho. I'll give you 20 pesos. Clean your dish. And they do it. And they do it. They do it. Okay, so where's my 20 pesos? Here you go. Good job.
Now you got the half.
So anytime you do your dishes and set the table or feed the dog, whatever it is, 20 pesos. Cheap, but at least it kind of teaches them the value of money for something that they want, right? So you want to get your taho after school, you better do something for earn the money.
It's like an exchange of services.
Exactly.
How early do you think kids should start saving?
If you talk about the kids themselves saving or the parents saving for the kids, it's two different questions. From the moment the kids are born, there's an account that my wife starts for the kids, and whatever money comes in, baptism, birthdays, whatever, Christmas, put it into that account. They don't touch it until they're 18 or whatever. Right?
It starts even before they're born.
Exactly. But at what age do you tell them to start saving? I think kind of implement it as they go forward, like birthdays or Christmas parties. If the money isn't given to us and it's given from a tita straight to the kid, you can't take it away from them and say, put this into your bank, right?
So my mom did.
What did your mom do?
She took it. She's like, I'm putting that in your bag. Don't touch it.
But what about like the piggy bank?
Exactly.
That's
The concept.
Yeah, you know, like little.
Sometimes I take my daughter's piggy bank too. No, but it does help. And Sonia, 6 years old, before last year, and she gets her money. Okay, I don't want to spend it on this. Sonia's more savvy with her money. Nadia's borrowing from Sonia, borrowing from Sonia who's 7 to buy her food or whatever in school because Nadia spends it all.
So just start very early.
Yeah, I don't think it's too early to start saving.
I don't think it's.
They're just teaching the concept
Yeah,
of money and saving, and that you need to work for it, but you need to earn it.
Do something.
Yeah.
I agree.
There's lemonade stands, things like that.
Just
Not necessarily here, but that concept.
I think in order for a kid to really absorb what they're learning, it's got to be fun for them at a young age.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I think if parents, or whether it's teachers, uncles, aunties, can find ways to make saving fun, kids will enjoy it.
So what are the ways that you can do to teach your kids to save?
To make it fun.
Like maybe something that your parents had taught you, and you're like, I'd like to use those techniques on my kid.
Yeah.
My mom, she showed me my bank account. She'd say, you put into that, like let's say it's 2,000, look at how much money you got more. So it was like the concept of getting more from giving was exciting. Also, she did activities like she'd make us bake stuff, she'd make us sell it around the house, and everyone would pitch in and buy from us. So it was always a fun thing to do, and watching them do it as well in their professions, like because they make jewelry and they sell it as well. So it's like, oh, I want to be able to do that too. So that's what we do.
This is like along those lines, but so in college, I went to Pepperdine, and a lot of my friends, they all had credit cards, which is from
An
both
American
their
thing,
parents.
yeah.
And like my parent, we had an allowance, which obviously I was so grateful for in college, and we never had our credit card. And then I think, and now talking to my parents are like, we did that on purpose. And of course, at the time in college, like I was the only kid, like, oh, I can't just swipe the credit card for this dinner, or I can't just like, and you see how easy other kids are just like whipping it out, I'll do this. But I had to be like, okay, is this gonna, am I gonna spend my monthly budget on like one really nice dinner at Nobu? Probably not, you know? So I see it now. So like, that's one of the things I think they did do it on purpose. Of course, at the time, it's like a tough love parents thing. So at the time.
And it paid off.
It totally paid off.
I think on my end, so I actually started like modeling when I was quite young, maybe around 13, and and for a kid, that's a lot of money because that was like my allowance was it was peanuts basically, and then that would top off my allowance, and obviously my mom didn't want me to spend it right away before I reached 18, so she put it into a time deposit, 5% interest or whatever, so that by the time I was 18, you you would see that money grow. But in retrospect, I was like, okay, that's kind of, it's nice that she did that. But, I think if I just understood that maybe you need to diversify your investments a little bit, then, at this age, I'd be also a little bit more financially stable, that kind of thing. But it was just that lack of knowledge, again, back to what Jake said, lack of knowledge at a really young age to be able to do that. So I think you really need to empower kids these days to be financially literate. And I think part of saving is limiting expenses, right? If you limit your expenses, you'll have more to save. So it's one thing to save, but it's also one thing to limit your expenses.
Like make sure what's coming in is more than
What's
going out.
Living within your means. It's a tough
Yeah.
one. It's a tough one too. Everyone has their wants and needs. Sometimes you have to sacrifice a little bit this month to be able to save.
Save more.
Yeah, there's a common rule that's everything should be 10% of what you earn should be yours to keep. That's a common phrase.
Just 10%.
Just 10%.
I know.
It's in a book. Yeah, it's in a book called Babylon. So basically, what it is this is rule number 1. 10% of what you earn is yours to keep. No matter what, you don't touch it. You just put it away, and then you'll find that over time and time and time, that 10% ends up growing a lot.
We'll take a step back in terms of money, and I'll tease you a bit. What was your favorite purchase? Just one item, no judgments, and just tell us if you're not comfortable answering the question. It can be something as big as a luxury car or as small as like magazines every month. For example, me, I spend a lot on magazines. It's bad, it's pretty bad, but that's where I pick up, that's an investment for me, because that's where I pick up things like style, what should be going on next. So, but that's still a guilty purchase.
I don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
Food.
Yes. Yes.
I
Good
don't feel
restaurants.
bad about buying like little trinkets or anything because I don't really like to go shopping. But when because my eyes are hungrier than my stomach. So I'm just like, let's buy this and this and this, and then I don't get to finish, and I always feel bad about it. It's something I have to fix, but yeah, food.
Food,
yeah, I can spend all of my money on food and nothing else. Yeah.
Does a trip count?
Yes, of course.
So when I was in college in Paris, I decided to basically spend pretty much not all of my savings, but like a good portion of my savings on this one trip to like visit some friends in New York. And it was kind of like this impulsive kind of like purchase where I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do it.
Just book it and then fly.
And then I was like, I mean, not that I regretted it, not at all actually, because in the end it ended up being like a pretty memorable trip. But that was definitely like an impulsive kind of splurge. Yeah, and I remember that one splurge. So I would say that trip. Yeah.
I don't mind spending on like experiences, like
Yeah.
trips, or like even a lot of
Food,
food.
good restaurants.
I don't mind like even
You,
overpaying
yeah.
or whatever for food. Well, I do mind overpaying for food. It has to be good. But I don't mind paying for like experiences, like trips or meals, or for me, it's more like the material things are more like, do I really want to spend on that?
The one my wife talks about all the time is the dog I bought. Right? The dog you bought? I bought a dog from Europe. I had it shipped over. It was from a nice kennel and all. It wasn't cheap, and it was a Rottweiler, a big dog, right? So, that was one.
And Georgia gives you.
Yeah, pretty impulsive. And she goes, never again are you buying a dog.
You, Jenny?
One like big splurge maybe would be a coffee machine, like an espresso machine.
That's a good purchase.
I didn't do that. But it's huge which is not great.
Now we know the coffee people in the table. We're like, yes.
It doesn't. It's like completely an irrational expense because they don't even sell like Nespresso pods here.
Yeah.
It's like.
They do now.
Yeah.
Those machines are good.
The other thing is it's just too easy. You just press a button and coffee comes out.
And then you're alive, Life depends on coffee. I understand. As you get older, I think quality is so much better than quantity. Like for me, it was just recently, I had a friend and he was like, buy a good pen. And I was like, he said, trust me, but every time you use a good pen, it gives you that special feeling. So I bought a good pen, it wasn't even that expensive, I only paid $2.5 for it. That's pretty expensive for a pen.
For a pen, yeah.
For a pen it's pretty expensive.
Yeah.
$2.5 just for a pen.
Oh, okay.
So I spent $2,500 just for a pen, and every time I use it, I love it.
You signed a contract.
Yeah, that's the plan. But basically, I think, like I was saying, I think quality now is, you find that it's just a lot more rewarding. Like instead of, I'm just going to get this T-shirt, you wear it for a month and then it breaks. Then you spend money on, what you do is, again, it's another notion of saving. You save up for a nice quality object, you'll find that you'll treat it with more respect, you'll find it's more value to you.
And it lasts.
And it'll last longer, yeah.
Turns
So
into an investment.
I think when I was younger, I would just buy, like in terms of clothes, I'd buy like a lot of cheap things.
Yes.
But as I get older, I realize that I just need less things, but better quality.
Third to last question, are we the items we buy? Are we the purchases we make?
Whatever you buy is basically
A reflection.
It's a reflection of who you are. So my old man doesn't buy everything, so but he could if he wanted to. But the reason he doesn't buy it because it's not what he is. Whereas if, like you said, if somebody would buy something and they can't afford it, but you know they are, that's who they are.
That's who they are. Yeah,
So
I agree with that.
it goes both ways. I think in terms of spending habits, it's a personal decision. If you want this and you really want it, then I think you should get it.
Was there anything you regret not buying? Like a CD when you were young? CD? When you were younger?
What's that?
Nice. No, but like a pair of shoes that you
Regret not buying?
regret not buying. Yeah.
I feel like there's things I bought which I wish I didn't buy.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, it's the other way
opposite,
around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. It happens more than.
Last year, my tita passed away, my dad's sister. So I flew to the States to be with my cousins, who are like my brother and sister growing up.
Yeah.
What I regret not doing is buying my wife a ticket to come out with me because
Last year, one of my best mates, one of my good friends, was getting married. Basically, I was on tour with the team, and he obviously invited me. And I said, "Oh, look, I can't. Like, I tried to, but I can't make it." And I thought it was okay. And then I sort of switched it around. I asked if I could go back home to the guy's wedding, and they said, "Oh, it's too late. The tickets are already booked." So I didn't go. And then in the end, the day that I woke up, we were playing, and I saw all these photos come up. They were all the groomsmen, all the guys that grew up.
You were
with
like,
me.
I should have.
Yeah, I was like, I should have purchased a ticket. I should have asked for time off early in advance. But to be honest, I didn't at the time, and it's probably the biggest lesson I've learned in the last in a long time. So in 2 weeks, I'm going home for a friend's wedding for 2 days, and then I'm going home a month after, just for 2 days. So I told myself that's one thing I've learned. Is not purchasing a ticket to go home to celebrate.
Those are things you like to spend.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
I think I'm on the same boat as these guys. I think I actually have an upcoming wedding that I'm not attending, so I know I'm already foreseeing the regret later on.
Those pictures come out on Instagram.
At our age, like I feel like those are the moments where you don't want to miss out anymore.
Yeah.
You might not see these friends again. I don't know. I think for me, in terms of like material things, though, I feel like there's a lot of things that I actually don't need. Like I might think like I need it right then and there, but then you wait a day or two, and if you don't think about it anymore, then you didn't really need it, and maybe you didn't even want it that badly. But there are some things maybe that you still think about it in your head, like shoot, I should
Before you
that.
sneak.
I should have
Like,
bought that. And that's when you go back and
Yeah.
you do your purchase.
Right. Our last question: what is the best financial advice you've received?
Actually, I thought it was a really good idea. Like a friend of mine who's a bit older, she told me that instead of giving gifts for birthdays for her, her nephews and nieces, she would give money, but she would put that money into a bank account.
That's smart. Very
Yeah,
smart.
so that that money with time will grow and become, I guess, an even bigger gift. Okay. And that was her way of like one, giving a gift, and two, teaching these kids how to save.
One lesson I always see my dad several times in his life. you get X amount of money, put it into the stock exchange, and lose all that money.
Yeah.
And we sold the house in Hillsborough, took all the money, and in 3 months, he generated a lot of income, but then the crash came, and all the money that was in there from the sale of the house, pretty much all gone, right? So just learning from past experiences. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Just make sure you diversify, and that way, if one goes down, you still have your money to in other things.
So they're like legs that are always there. The one misses out, and then you have another one to save you. Okay, very smart.
I think, maybe even going a little bit off that, just the whole concept of like, pay now and then, you can play later. So whether it's paying for insurance or putting money in, real estate and all those bonds or all those diversifying things you were talking about.
Yeah.
Put the money in there now while you have it, pay now, and then, you reap the rewards later.
Later.
And that's when you can go on all the trips and
Buy
all
the
things,
watches
eat all
and
the
the
food,
Agreed. Yeah.
For me, probably the best bit of financial advice would be that I received was to increase your knowledge. People at these days, they just the more you read, the more you understand. The more you understand, the more better your investment's going to be.
For me, I think it's seek guidance. Well, at least in my position now, I'm still trying to learn more, and you just want to know if you're going on the right path, you're doing the right things to ensure that you have a better future. So communicate more with other people who are educated about the subject so that you can learn more.
It's always such an enlightening experience to be with everyone, and since I think I'm the subject of this topic, I need to start saving more. Thank you for being here. Thank you everybody for being here. Again, thank you to National for having us. Again, the food, I'm actually hungry now. I would want to eat, but but please drop by National. It's always such a great experience to be here. Our contributors, again, are always writing, researching, telling stories on Cluster.ph, so always make sure to follow our social media accounts. It's going to be here on the screen. All the handles are there. And always log on to Cluster.ph. Next month's video is going to be about guilty pleasures. And they wanted to be on that video, but sorry for them. They chose money. So that's it. See you next month. Thank you.